Hello everyone. So because of the cowardly terrorist attack done in Pahalgam by Pakistani based infiltrators, the government of India, or basically the Cabinet Committee on Security, has decided to act against Pakistan. One of the major decisions taken against Pakistan by CCS is to suspend or revoke Indus Water Treaty for time being. So as you can see it here, why we are discussing this topic, because yesterday Cabinet Committee on Security, which is consisting of Prime Minister, Defense Minister, Home Minister, Finance Minister and External Affairs Minister, the highest decision making body related to security matters, has decided to suspend or revoke Indus Water Treaty till the time Pakistan takes very strong action against its terrorist infrastructure. So let's first discuss what is Indus Water Treaty, why this decision has been taken by Government of India that we will suspend Indus Water Treaty. How is this going to hurt Pakistan? So Indus Water Treaty, it was signed in the year 1960, right? What was the reason of signing of this treaty? So you see, in 1947, when India got independence, India also saw partition of itself into two countries, namely India as well as Pakistan. What happened is, even though the boundary was decided, even though the land was divided into two countries, the water between transnational rivers, the rivers which flow from both these countries, its sharing was not decided by British. And hence immediately after independence, both these countries started seeing disputes for sharing of river water. And hence in 1951, it was World Bank or IBRD, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, gave the option or itself offered to become mediator between India and Pakistan for sharing of river water. Because of the effort done by World Bank and for long negotiation between India and Pakistan since 1951, in 1960 they could reach to an agreement, and that treaty was signed in Karachi in September 1960. That treaty only is called as Indus Water Treaty. As you can see it here, Prime Minister of that time from India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, visited Karachi in Pakistan. There, along with the President of Pakistan at the time, General Ayub Khan, both of them, they signed a treaty in the presence of World Bank leaders. So now let's discuss what was signed, what was agreed under this treaty. So Indus water or Indus river, it is a transnational river, meaning it flows through more than one country. So as you can see it here, Indus, it originates from China, then it flows into India and then to Pakistan. So from here it goes to India, then Pakistan. Indus, it has 5 major tributaries as well. Seeing from north to south, it is Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Byas and Satluj. The treaty says, the Indus Water Treaty says that water of these 3 northern rivers, which in the treaty have been mentioned as western rivers. Which 3 rivers? Indus, Jhelum and Chenab. Water of these 3 rivers will be utilized by Pakistan. India can utilize the water of these 3 rivers only for non-consumptive purpose, non-consumptive use, meaning India should not alter the total amount of water considerably, right? What can India do is, for example, India can construct a run of the river hydroelectric plant where the water will merely be diverted, and then by after generating electricity, the same amount of water will be then released into the river, right? So India can use the water for non-consumptive purpose or for small agricultural needs. Apart from it, the western rivers water will be allowed to flow into Pakistan, and the water of eastern rivers, right, eastern rivers, namely Satluj, Byas and Ravi, will be or can be used by India in any amount, right? So water of eastern river belongs to India, water of western river belongs to Pakistan. But the catch here is, out of the total water of Indus river system, the three western rivers, namely Indus, Jhelum and Chenab, they have 80% of the total water of Indus river system, right. So the volume of water in the northern or western rivers is much higher than the volume of water into eastern rivers, right. And hence many experts, they believe that India or Pakistan has been given more advantage by this treaty. Another important aspect of this treaty is, the treaty further says, in case a dispute arises between India and Pakistan over the sharing of water between Pakistan and India, the treaty gives three stage mechanism for resolution of dispute. What is a three-stage mechanism? The first level or the first stage is that there will be a permanent Indus Commission, right. So permanent Indus Commission, in this commission there will be a commissioner appointed by Pakistan, one commissioner appointed by India, and if a dispute arises, these two people will sit together and try to resolve the dispute. If the dispute is not resolved at the first level, the treaty further says, any of these two party, either India or Pakistan, what they can do is they can approach to World Bank, because World Bank is mediator here. So World Bank, what it will be doing is, it will appoint a neutral expert, who will be giving his or her own verdict. And if the dispute is not resolved at second level as well, then what World Bank will be doing is, World Bank will be referring the matter to Court of Arbitration, and in that Court of Arbitration, experts will be appointed by World Bank only. So 3 judges will be appointed by World Bank, 2 experts will be appointed by India as well as Pakistan. Generally, the size of this Court of Arbitration will be of 7 members. So I hope this 3-stage mechanism is clear. First is PIC, Permanent Indus Commission. Second is a neutral expert appointed by World Bank, and the third one is Court of Arbitration. So basically, but most importantly, what we have to remember is, the Indus Water Treaty gives a solution how the water of these 6 rivers will be divided into Pakistan and India. The thing is, this treaty, it has tested very difficult times as well. Even during the war of 1965 or 1971 or Kargil war of 1999, this treaty, it survived. No country, either India or Pakistan, decided or chose to resolve this treaty or chose to suspend this treaty, right. So this treaty, it survived very difficult phases as well. But now, since 2016, India has given some indication that war and terror cannot go hand in hand with the cooperation. And Prime Minister, he has very famously said that blood and water cannot flow together, right. So now let's discuss, when this treaty, it has survived very difficult times as well, there are some small dispute between India and Pakistan regarding this treaty. What are those 2 disputes? One is that India, on a river named as Kishanganga, which is a tributary of river Jhelum. Jhelum, as you know, it is a western river as per Indus Water Treaty, whose water has to be given to Pakistan. India has constructed one hydroelectric plant, run of the river hydroelectric plant on Kishanganga river, and hence that plant is named as Kishanganga HEP. India says, we are not consuming the water of Jhelum. Whatever amount of water we are diverting for this plant, the same amount of water we are releasing into the Jhelum river or Kishanganga river. Similarly, one more plant which India has constructed is Ratle hydroelectric plant. This is on Chenab river, which is also a western river. So the logic of India is, we are not utilizing, we are not consuming the water of these rivers. On the other hand, Pakistan objects for the construction of these power plant, saying the design of these power plant, it violates Indus Water Treaty, and hence using these power plant, what India can do is, India can store some water, India can artificially create flood in Pakistan or drought in Pakistan, and hence Pakistan has taken India into either neutral expert appointed by World Bank or to the Court of Arbitration. What these things they do is, they create a mistrust between India and Pakistan. It slows the construction of these projects by India. it increases the cost of construction as well for India, and hence India, it is very upset with Pakistan for taking these issues to the World Bank, right? So these are few small disputes which are already there between India and Pakistan regarding Indus Water Treaty. Now let's see, when India has decided to suspend or to revoke this treaty for time being, what will be the implication of this move of India? Why it is a very landmark thing which India has done. So see, the implication of this move by India will be of twofold. One kind of implication we will be able to see in short run, another kind of implication we will be able to see only in long run. Reason being, if we have to really deprive Pakistan of water, what we have to do is we have to somehow stop water from entering into Pakistan. But the quantity of water into the western rivers, namely again Indus, Jhelum and Chenab, is so huge that India can't store the water right now because we don't have that infrastructure. So what India will have to do then is, India will have to create or construct so many dams, canals, so that the water can be either stored or diverted to other part of India. But it is a very time taking exercise. It will take decades altogether for India to either stop the water or divert the water, and hence this implication of on Pakistan of suspension of Indus Water Treaty will be realized in long run. What India can do in short run is, firstly, India can stop sharing the data of water flow of these rivers with Pakistan. So that is, right now India has to share this because it is one of the clause of Indus Water Treaty. But now when India has suspended it, India can stop sharing. Another thing what India can do is, India can deny access to technical experts from Pakistan. For example, for Kishanganga power plant or for Ratle power plant, the experts of Pakistan used to come and visit. They used to inspect whether India is obligating its obligations or meeting the obligations which it has done in Indus Water Treaty. But now after suspension of the treaty, India can stop them. So these are the steps which India can take in short run. In long run, if India can somehow store or divert the water or deprive Pakistan from getting the water, it will cause huge challenges for Pakistan. Reason being, nearly 80% of the cultivable land in Pakistan, it gets water from these three rivers only. Nearly 93% of the irrigation water which Pakistan has is from these three rivers only. The population in the Indus basin is 61% of Pakistan's total population. So you can see how heavily Pakistan is dependent on these three rivers. The major urban centers of Pakistan, namely Karachi, Lahore, Multan, all of them, they get water from these rivers only, and hence now India can do is, India can start creating storage of these water of these three rivers. So now you might be understanding the significance. If India somehow stops the water to flow into Pakistan, the Pakistan's economy will come to a standstill. People of Pakistan, they will be dying out of thirst, right? Now the next thing is, when India has done it unilaterally without Pakistan asking or without Pakistan's consent, now what options Pakistan has for against India? So first thing is, Pakistan has already started saying that India has not given any proof for this terrorist attack to be done by Pakistan based militants, and India has taken this action unilaterally, and hence it is illegal. We will be approaching to World Bank, the mediator, right? So that is the one thing Pakistan can do. Another thing what Pakistan can do maximum is, Pakistan will try to garner or gather the support of other countries and saying that water is a humanitarian issue. India should not weaponize water, right? So water should not be used as a weapon by India just because it is a upper riparian state and Pakistan is a lower riparian state. Pakistan further says that just like India is stopping water from entering into Pakistan, same can be done by China to India, because if you remember, the Brahmaputra river, it originates from China and then enters into India. So Pakistan says that same can be done by China against India as well if you start violating the international laws. But the thing is, right now, global community is generally against Pakistan. Reason being, India has proved this multiple times that Pakistan, it is a hub of terrorism. They have a very strong network of terrorism, and the worst thing is it is sponsored by state itself, right? So state itself has created that infrastructure, or terrorism is a state policy of Pakistan. Because now world believes India, for Pakistan to gather support of global community will be a very difficult task. So I hope through this video you must have understood what is Indus Water Treaty, and suspension of this treaty, how heavily it can hurt Pakistan. So thank you so much for watching this video.